video, we are going to learn about the divisibility test. I've already explained the divisibility test of 2, 3, 4 and 5 in my previous video. You can please refer that. So now let's start with the divisibility test of 6. To check whether a number is divisible by 6, it is very easy. It has to be divisible by 2 and by 3. So let's take an example. 264. So let's check whether 264 is divisible by 2. So what is the divisibility test of 2? Right. So the divisibility test of 2 is the number should be even. So 264 is a even number. So it is divisible by 2. So now let's check whether it is divisible by 3. So the divisibility test of 3 is the sum of the digits must be divisible by 3. So let's add up the digits given here. 2 plus 6 plus 4, which is 12. So 12 is divisible by 3. So 264 is divisible by 3. So since 264 is divisible by 2 and by 3, so this is also divisible by 6. So now let's take another example. 646. So here again we will check the divisibility test of 2 and 3. So the divisibility test of 2 is the number should be even. Yes, so it is an even number. So it is divisible by 2. Let's take the divisibility test of 3. The sum of the digits. So the sum of the digits here is 6 plus 4 plus 6, which is 16. So is 16 divisible by 3? No. So it is not divisible by 3. So since the 646 is divisible by 2 but not by 3, so this 646 is not divisible by 6. So it has to be divisible by 2 and by 3. So this is the divisibility test of 6. Now let's check the divisibility test of 7, so which is double the unit and subtract from the other two digits. So double the unit is nothing but double the unit place, the ones place. So let's check with an example. We will take an example of 119. So the units place, that is the ones place, which is 9. So let's double it up. Doubling of 9 gives us 18, and we have to subtract with the other two digits. So that is 11 minus 18. So 11 minus 18 is negative 7. So negative 7 is divisible by 7, and even you can tell it as 7 is a multiple of negative 7. So since negative 7 is divisible by 7, 119 is divisible by 7. Isn't it pretty easy? Okay. So let's take another example, which is 905. So 905, the same rule we will use, doubling the last digit, so which is 10, and subtracting it with the first two digits. So that is 90 minus 10, which is 80. Is 80 divisible by 7? No. So since 80 is not divisible by 7, 905 is not divisible by 7. So isn't it very easy? Doubling the unit place and subtracting it with the other two digits. Now let's take the divisibility test of 8. So the divisibility test of 8 is the last three digits should be divisible by 8. So let's take an example. 24,344. So when we get such a big number, we just need to check the last three digits. So last three digit is 344. So let's check whether 344 is divisible by 8. Yes, it is divisible by 8. 43 is the quotient and there is no remainder, so it is exactly divisible by 8. So 24,344 is divisible by 8. Isn't it easy? Now let's take another example. So that is 34,853. It's the same way we will take the last three digits, that is 853. 853 is not divisible by 8. It is not exactly divisible. So 34,853 is not divisible by 8. So now let's take the divisibility test of 9. The divisibility test of 9 is the sum of the digit must be divisible by 9. This is same as the divisibility test of 3. Even in 3 we added up the digits and it was divisible by 3. Same thing in 9, the sum of the digits should be divisible by 9. So let's take an example. 189. So for 189 we just need to add up the digits, that is 1 plus 8 plus 9, which is 18. So 18 is exactly divisible by 9. So 189 is divisible by 9. Isn't it very easy? Okay, let's take another example. 542. Now let's add up the digits. 5 plus 4 plus 2. So what do we get? We get 11. Is 11 divisible by 9? No. So since 11 is not divisible by 9, 542 is also not divisible by 9. So now the last one, which is the divisibility test of 10. So the divisibility test of 10 is pretty easy. We just need the last digit to be 0. So for example, 640. So here the last digit is 0, so it is divisible by 0. Let's take another example. 552. Here the last digit is 2, so this is not divisible by 10. Pretty easy, right? So now let's have a recap. So the divisibility test of 6 is the number should be divisible by 2 and 3. The divisibility test of 7 is double the unit place and subtract from other two digits. The divisibility test of 8 is last 3 digits should be divisible by 8. The divisibility test of 9 is sum of the digits must be divisible by 9. Divisibility test of 10 is the last digit must be 0. So isn't it very easy? So for more tips and tricks, do like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.